looks like a whisk, doesn't it? But it's only half a whisk now. I've lost 2 prongs off it. So that's not going to go round and round and round very well, is it? Mix up some F1 green and just 2/3 of a bag. That's ample for today. I am at Snitterfield Reservoir, the mill pond at the moment, and we're going to be catching crucians, tench, skimmers, roach. Oh look, got a free feeder. Ooh, looks a bit rusty. I'll let someone else have that. Peg 22. That won't be a bad peg today. A few fish topping up the left. There's normally a load of weed there, but it's all died down now and it's not come back in this corner. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Oh, of course, I'm on peg 1, which is the same peg I fished the other day when I came in with Dad. My dad sat the other side of there. We had a lovely time. 2 hours fishing. Sun in my eyes. Corner peg. Heavier than up. I've got the sun in my eyes, so I've got the old sunglasses on, and there's 22 anglers on it, I think, today, which is the tightest it normally gets here. They don't normally have any more than that on here. This is the most they've had on here for a long time. So it's going to fish a bit hard. I think it's going to catch a few people out, probably including me. But you could come here and catch like 20, 30, 40, 50 pound of mixed bags, but you might want 15 pound to win today. So, but I quite fancy it here. I'm in a nice little corner. The wind's turned round now, it's starting to blow into my face, and maybe Bob Taylor's smiling down on us. So, but we'll see how we get on. Right, this is the bait menu. I'm hoping to catch on pellets. I've got a 50-50 mix of micros, and that's Sonobait's green F1. A lovely mix. This is what I used last time I was here. It was brilliant. I mix it on the wet side, so that's like a 50-50 mix. I've got some 4mm pellets which I've softened, so you can actually hook these if I wanted to, but they will squash nicely in your finger. Stay at my nails again. And I've got some expanders. That's 2mm and 4mm dead ship ones, pro expanders. Did them last night in the fridge. I've got some dead maggots and dead pinkies, and then I've got this stodgy mix. That's what I'm going to feed along, because I'm more likely to catch skimmers than that. Again, it's quite a stodgy mix with dead maggots, dead pinkies, and a few micro pellets in it. Got some live pinkies there, keeping them away. This is my tub of water for washing my fingers and drying. And then I've got some micros. And maybe, depending on how it fishes, I might be loose feeding casters. But I kept them out of the way for now, because this is what I want to be using it to begin with. Oh, I've got some maggots as well. So lots of bait. I've got worms behind me as well. Absolutely loads of stuff. The only thing I haven't cracked open is a tin of corn, but I'm confident catching on pellets today. A bit less selective. That's it. Rig wise, I've got 4 sort of shortish rigs and 2 long rigs, which are on a long top 3, gram and a gram and a half. One on 6 to 8 slick, one on 8 to 10 slick. And then I've got 2 half a gram floats for about 6-7 meters left and right. And I've also plumbed up I've got a shallow roach rig, if they which just takes 4 number 11s if they come up in the water. And I've got a rig that's 4 foot deep for down the side as well. That's all my rigs. We might be starting with a woof as well, because of barking Bob. Bob would have started by now. Ruff. Wait. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Meow! God bless you, Bob. So, 2 balls, 13. And a little bit of loose on top, just to make a bit of a cloud. Get them fizzing. Yeah, just 2 swims to start with. I've got a left hand swim as well, but we'll fire that up in a bit once I know how it's fishing. Right, when we're off, kick off with a formal expander, 18 XC1. I'm not going to feed until I've caught one. Tree there. It's probably about 6 foot. This will tell us how hard it's going to be. Now I could fish the same to my left, but if it's hard I might fish ground bait and maggots instead. We shall see. Obviously, being a reservoir, it's subject to quite a bit of tow as well. Well, you can see with the concrete around us how much it slopes. I'll give this 2 or 3 minutes and we'll come back and I'll just put some loose micros in. They do like that cascade of micros, and I'll swap between feeding it loose and little tiny balls. I think if I was coming pleasure fishing, this is all I would do, this is all I'd fish. But being a match, a lot of people on the bank, it's a bit trickier. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some loose micros in, and then I'm going to take a shot off this rig, get it primed first. Try and be dead accurate on this slope. Very positive rig. The shorter the bites, the more positive the rig, I always think. For this sort of game with pellets and that. Most people will be starting short, I imagine. So let's see if anyone can catch anything yet. The danger man, I think, is Kev Folwell, who's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 anglers around. Because he loves fishing maggots for small fish. Oh, that was a little notch. Oh, missed that one. Definite bite though, so that's a good sign. Now the roach like pellets here as well. I'm deliberately fishing to my right to begin with, because I'm leaving this corner to my left sort of free to begin with. I might start it up pretty quick, but we'll see. Just want to see what response we get. But I've had a bite, so that's good. Missed it, which is bad. I'm fishing an 18 to 012 at the moment, but I might drop down. Definitely drop down to 010 if it's hard. And we'll top it up again. Keep putting a little bit of bait in. So already I'm thinking ground bait and maggot to my left and stick to pellets to my right for now. If it's good, I'll be throwing 4mm pellets as well. Make a bit of a rattle. There's definitely a fish there, but we've not caught it yet. A little nugget. A little cruiser. Crucian, that's what the shy bites were. micros in this time. I've got it dotted down to a pimple as you'd expect with crucians. A little short 4-inch hook length. I've got 2 number 10 droppers, but I'm pushed them together to make like a number 8, just to help magnify things. I think 3 up's caught a couple of fish. Not seen anyone else catch yet. 4 up to my left probably got one in his landing net by the looks of it. Oh, bit of a lift. There you are. Might be a tench. Suddenly woke up. Big crucian. Look at that. Stunner. Oh, good. So, what we're going to do, we'll top up our right swim, feed our left swim. So, tiny little nugget like that. Biggish ball just to kick off, just wedged in the top. I remember where I swim. Forgotten, completely forgotten. It's there. There it was. Now when I came with my dad, we caught a load of nice chunky skimmers on this line, fishing the same as this. We only had pellets and corn with us, pellets, corn and ground bait, and they were sort of 10 ounce to 14 ounce a piece. Nice stamp. Here he is, the master. He's got a big fish. Well done, Dad. Where have you hooked him?
In his bum.
There's a really big bream in here as well, but I'm expecting today those skimmers, especially with it being so sunny, they'll be on that 13-metre swim instead, which is what I fed with ground bait and dead maggots. Very clear water, so a bit of lifting and dropping will probably be good. Now if you come here by yourself and there's not many here and just fish maggots, you'll get perched to death. But with 20 odd anglers on the lake, it might be better, and it might be a maggot day. Sounds like 4 fish is the best at the moment. They could be anything, so it's nice to have a couple of crucians in the bag already. And if it does get hard, I'll just spread those shot out as well, by the way. I'll keep everything down and positive to begin with. But the sunnier the day, the more the fish sit off the bottom, so you've got to keep pushing them down with a little bit of bait, I think. Now this is my bagging rig, so I'm pretty quickly going to swap to my lighter rig with 8 to 10 slicking. It's 0.11 to a slightly finer size 18 hook. Pick up my lighter rig. Maggot. Single dead maggot. Had a couple of silvers. Let me just drop that one off. Just trying to swing it in. Not a lot else being caught at the moment. But I'm going to give that long line a little bit. Just going to fish top in that corner to my left as well. So feed that at some point today, I'm sure, in 4 foot. these sort of deep venues, sometimes you just got to find the depth they want to be in. I'm not going to go any shallower than that because the water clarity. I'm going to give it a little bit, but I might start throwing maggots as well on this short line. See if we can't get something going. But I've deliberately not fed anything too wriggly or active at the moment because I'm trying to target skimmers and quality bottom feeders to begin with. They might want a few maggots falling through. Roach trying to expand. So that's what some of those silly bites are, as I thought. It was on the drop. At least you know they're clearing it up if that's the case. Walking out there. Right, this short line's definitely not producing much at the moment, but it's early days. Laying one on. Put double pinky on. That's a perch. Got 2 dead pinkies on. I was on the river yesterday and the only thing I could get bites on was pinky. Another perch. That was a lift bite. Put some on this time. Good sign, isn't it? Catch a few of those there. Definitely time for the long line. And that sign. Fish right on my feed to begin with. I've got 3 dead pinkies on. What are we, 45 minutes in? Definitely worth an early look long. I'll try and keep the fish on the bottom, but they might want a bit of loose feed, so we'll see. I was expecting a bite straight away over that, so it's a bit of a worry. There's a few fish topping, so already I'm thinking loose feeding a few casters is going to be good. I think those fish will, in this clear water, just be sat off the deck. That's the first indication I've had there. Well, the harder it is, the more maggoty and castery it will be. So I'll start flicking a few casters along. And loose feeding this left hand swim with maggots. I can't catch some quality fish up in the water. Headwind doesn't make catapulting very easy. I've got a 16 on this rig purely because I think skimmers stay on it a bit easier. But if it is hard, I'll drop down to an 18. I've got one rig with 6 to 8, which is this, and the other rig's got 8 to 10 slicking, which was my bagging rig. All my bagging rigs are, I think, are going to stay in the on the roost, I think. No bites at all is watery. Double pinky on that long line, another lift bite. And a little bit of weed on the hook. A single red maggot on. Casters now. See if we can't get some fish going. in the water. Well, that's going to be a hard day. So I'm just pinging some maggots short now. Just pull a slightly finer hook on one as well. Perch. He was full of maggots as well. Basically loose feed maggots short and casters long. Let's see if they'll come off the deck. Not good, is it? Thought it'd switch off. I fed my margin just with ground bait and dead maggots. 2 perch and 2 drops. That'll be a little nesty perch there. I was just hoping some quality above it as well. No, that's it. Crucian. I might explain the little crappy bites I'm getting. 2 dead pinkies. I haven't got a bite on at the moment. I'm winning with a live pinky. Very strange fish. Contemplating starting a 16-metre swim up. We'll give this 20-30 minutes first, just to see. Oh, come on. Oh, it's doubled over. Bugger. That's a fish. I was contemplating going longer, but now I'm getting a few bites, so I'll stick with it. And the wind's really got up all of a sudden, so I probably wouldn't be able to hold it there if I wanted to. I just lost my first skimmer. I'm thinking I hadn't seen one. I'm fishing off the back of the feed now and getting some bites. I've cut out those casters now. Can't see the point. Just about swinging off. That was on 3 pinkies. Gutted I lost that skimmer. keep popping balls in and then fishing past the feed. I think that'll be the ticket today. Oh, bumped that one as well. Well, I've hooked 2 skimmers and I've lost them both. What often happens when skimmers are in a bit of a moody mood, they'll just hover over the feed and not really eat. And I think that's what's happened. The way it's fishing, I'd take £10 now. I don't think you're going to want a lot more to win. I reckon 2 or 3 big bream will probably win. Oh yes, skimmer. Fine. That was on 3 pinkish, but it took a long time, so I'm going to put 2 on this time. It's a foul tench. Oh, it was over £1 when I got him. Alright, little baba. Little bar of soap. Can't even pick him up. Chunky crucian. Just feeling little stodgy balls of pinkies. Seems to be working. Quick look short. About an hour and a half to go. I don't get a bite now. I think we'll just completely sack it off. Concentrate long. Tried dead maggot. I've 1 or 2 fish on dead maggot, but everything I'm catching is on 2 or 3 dead pinkies really. Everything else. Right, first look at 15 metres. 14.5 metres on my dolly butt. Oh, bumped him. Shocking. Skimmer first drop on it. Let's go. Skimmer bumped him. Oh. First look on the worm after putting it in. Probably should have put it in about 20 minutes sooner, maybe 3 hours sooner. But you never know, might have a little run on it. I've just dropped down to a 4 to 6 because I've had 3 skimmers come off. Well, the match is over. My batteries ran out, so I'm sorry about that. But I did have a really nice run on chop worm at the end. Wish I'd put it in a bit sooner. Didn't really expect it to fish that hard or need to put chop worm in, but it definitely made a difference. I dropped down to much lighter elastic, loads of elastic out, but it meant I didn't bump any more fish after that. I say normally I'd be fishing 8 to 10, 10 to 12 slick there, but on the day, the way the fish were, and because I was fishing that a little bit longer as well, 15 metres in the end, the softer the elastic the better. So and loads of it out, and just take your time with everything I hooked, and every fish I hooked was precious really. I've ended up second. I'm gutted in a way because I've had 13 pounds 7 ounces, and 2 ounces more was Stuart Campton, who's won the match. So well done, Stuart. But I am gutted. It would have meant a hell of a lot to me to win that match. Bob's a legend. Bob was an absolute angling hero of mine. Pleasure to have known him. Sorry about that, but Bob was an absolute legend. Taught me loads, encouraged me as a match angler as well. Some of the very first open matches I fished were his canal matches, and he was very forward thinking because he did step pools. I could afford to fish them. Most matches were too expensive to fish, but me as a young lad, I could fish them for cheaper pools than what everyone else does, and it just meant I could fish. I learnt loads watching Bob. Absolute phenomenal small fish anglers. In particular, I love fishing squats and chop worm and things like that, but very pioneering as well. One of the first anglers to really take rivers apart using ground bait and whips and things like that, when everyone else was fishing rod and line and big maggots and things. He was fishing pingies and squats and just tearing places up. So but absolute legend. Used to breed maggots as well, hence the name Bob the Maggot. Used to have a maggot farm. Could tell you all sorts of stories of some of the meat and stuff he used to get from zoos and things, breeding maggots and stuff. But absolute legend. He's an ex-biker as well, you know, and you wouldn't want to mess with Bob back in his day, but I tell you what, he'd got a real kind soul, and if you had any trouble or anything like that, it was a fantastic person. You know, he just looked after you, and he was certainly a very close friend of mine. So for those that don't know, he survived cancer twice as well. So he had his throat removed, his throat box, voice box removed, and he even won a Roy Castle Award for because he was helping counselling with Macmillan and everything like that. So yeah, and the fighter in him would have been proud that it wasn't the cancer that took him. Right, I think I better stop now. But yeah. So anyway, I've come second. I would have loved to have won it. Maybe next year. So but yeah, really hard day. Bob would have loved a match like that. He loved scratching for bites. He'd have had half a pinky on or half a squat on and chucking up squats and pinkies like he used to do, and I think he'd have won it and have been right up his street that match. He must be looking down at us all thinking, why aren't you doing this, why aren't you doing that? But anyway, so it was a lovely match, I must say. Brilliantly run by my good friend Dave Armstrong, and Mark Butler also helped with the weighing in and pegging out as well, and they raised loads for charity as well, several £100. I don't know the figure off the top of my head, but anyway, it's brilliant. A fantastic event, and I can't wait to fish it again next year, whether we catch or not. It's just a pleasure to be there and fishing in respect of Bob, and also just that dog barking chorus out in the match. You just don't get that, do you? It's fantastic. Absolutely brings a tear to your eye. So God bless you, Bob, and hope you like my little video.
Ruff. Ruff. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Meow!
God bless you, Bob.